Okay, so welcome. This video is going to be talking about entering the Reiki session. So even though in the beginning when we started getting ourselves ready, we did Kenyoku, the dry bathing technique. You actually want to wash your hands before and after the session. I would wash my hands just, before the session, but after the session, just wait till the client leaves and then wash your hands. That's just, to me, just a more courteous and best practice way to do it. After I have my hands washed, you don't have to go like super scrubbing them down, okay? But I like to actually add some aromatherapy oils to my hands just for added touch, especially as I'm doing positions like over the face, and even just over the body, because you are, helping to get things flowing in certain chakras. So that's why I stressed in the second video that having essential oils is going to be better because it's actually essence from the plant itself. And so that vibration and that frequency from that plant will actually help that chakra. So just really depending on what essential oil you decided to use that day is really going to help, okay? So in this section, you want to, and I will stress this again, just make sure that your client is comfortable, that they have already the understanding that they don't take off their clothes. It's only their shoes and maybe their jacket if they wore one, like if it's wintertime or whatever. But basically just the shoes come off. They can leave their socks on and things like that. If they are embarrassed about their feet, one tip that I actually utilize is having just a bunch of socks. So I buy a new pack of socks and I actually offer it to clients that feel embarrassed by their feet or they are uncomfortable with exposing their feet and things like that. So that's one thing, and it just helps to add that special touch, just add that special little something to help them to be comfortable so that you can also be comfortable and provide the healing session. Another nice little tip would be to have a type of like locker box or even a cabinet that locks so that they can put their belongings in. This will help ensure that they don't have, their cell phone on and that they have taken off their shoes, they've taken off their jacket. And then it also just adds a nice layer of protection for yourself and for them. So say if you are doing sessions out of your home and other people may be coming in and out, just make sure you have a type of secure location for their belongings to go. And basically, they would just go put almost like a little locker, like they would just put their stuff in, take the key and hold on to the key. They would hold on to the key until their session is over and then they can retrieve their belongings. This just, like I said, it just adds that other special little touch that you thought about these things and that you're taking precautions to help them feel as comfortable as possible while they're in your location. And, if you are in a position where you're like more traveling on the traveling side, then this doesn't really, then that doesn't really apply as far as like having the locker. But that's for, if you have an actual Reiki room or a Reiki location, just to have a space for them. I know in some like massage places, they actually will have like a little basket that you can put it in inside the same room. You can also do that as well. It's just really up to you. Just want to make sure that you think about that kind of stuff so that way it helps the client, like I said, to relax and be able to enjoy the session without them worrying about someone bothering their stuff. Okay, so now that you have them on your table, you should have kind of already had music playing in the background to set the ambiance. But if you forgot or if you didn't, go ahead and turn that on and just have them just relax and just listen to the nice sounds that they're hearing, okay? And just tell them just to relax, and they can take a nap if they want. A lot of people do end up falling asleep, but at this time you just let them kind of get into their zone and things like that. So you, the healer, need to be comfortable so that the energy can flow easily. We did a lot of the prep work in the beginning, but now that we are actually in the session, we want to kind of get that stuff back in order, okay? So you want to make sure that you are comfortable, especially your arms, because that's where the energy is coming from. Unless you're using your feet, you can also use your feet to give Reiki, but we're just gonna cover arms and hands today, okay? So you want to get yourself centered, okay, and begin to prepare yourself for the session. So if you're doing just a short sample session, you can probably just stand, honestly. Like if it's just going to be like a 10-15 minute type of session, then standing, you're not going to get so tired, or you're not going to feel like sitting down. Now, me personally, like I can stand even for an extended session, but for those of you that are not very comfortable with standing for long periods of time, or if you know you're going to have like a lot of clients that day. Now, if I have a lot of clients that day, then I will break out my stool and adjust my table so that, you know, but if it's just like some short sessions, 10-15 minutes, then I stand. I'm not going to like break out the stool and be doing all that. I like standing anyway. Like I said, it just, for me, the energy just flows, you know, the earth energy, cosmic energy, and me running my energy, it just flows better for me, honestly. And so, but it's up to you. So if you want a stool or something to sit on, I would invest in a good quality, either stool that is silent, that does not make squeaky sounds, or a foldable stool. And I will actually link some of those recommendations of mine below so that you can get one that is good quality and that will last you a long time, because it would be very annoying, I know, to have a stool that's like squeaking around as you're like moving around the table, right? That's kind of like a no-no in this industry. Even with the massage therapists, they understand, they know, you know, you want to, I mean, you're there, but you want them to just relax and just enjoy and not have like all the extra stuff going around and on in the background, right? So that's the end of that video. Up next, we're going to talk about starting the session, and I'm going to link it right here.